Hey guys, Donnie D here. This is not another vaping video. Uh, Certainly by the title, I think you can tell that. And it's also not a news flash or declaration of Nico Rosberg being out of Formula One. It's more of a declaration or wishful thinking on my part. And I'll tell you why. In a word, without sugarcoating it, Nico Rosberg is an insufferable ass. He is a petulant, narcissistic child. If you need any further evidence of this, I strongly urge you to go watch the Monaco pre-race driver's interview from Wednesday. There are two complete videos on YouTube of that press conference. And in it, Nico absolutely exposes himself as the ass that he is. In every phrase, every single time he opens his mouth, it's extraordinary. It is just extraordinary. And in it, he even says that he understands that you're the press and you're here to be the conduit between us, and I'm paraphrasing, between us and our fans. Well, we are the fans. And right now, Formula One, and even Bernie Eccleston knows this, is shortchanging the fans. For example, I'm headed for Spa and Monza this year. I'm paying thousands of dollars to go watch these guys run around a circuit as fast as they possibly can. Well, as a fan, we want to see drivers who are at least accessible. And by accessible, I mean give us an access to their humanity. Nico simply does not do that. And in stark contrast, you have Lewis Hamilton, who for the last 2 years has been an extraordinary ambassador of the sport. He approaches us with humility, with a sense that he's not better than or bigger than or, more special than. He is just a guy. And he's done an extremely good job of being a steward of Formula One. Now, these guys have enormous egos. I get it. They have to. I've been around a lot of individual sports, and I've been able to meet many, many participants or practitioners of those sports. And I can tell you that to a man, every one of them has a huge ego. They have to. They have to have extraordinary self-confidence to compete at that level. It comes with the territory. But as professionals, one of the things that they learn is how to manage that ego, because they understand that it's we, the fan, who is paying for them to be able to do their sport, to be able to do what they're doing. Without us, there is no World Championship. Without us, there are no Grand Prix. Without us, there are no, $100 million cars. There are no apartments in Monaco. There are no private jets. We pay the way for all of that. And if you look at ticket prices, if you look at how difficult they make it, and if you look at the way the fans are responding, all you have to do is look at the bleachers in Spain. A fifth full, a third, I'm being generous, maybe. Yeah, not good. So, and also, according to Sky Sports, viewership is down. Now, a lot of those statistics are hard to track, and intentionally so. A lot of promoters will count race marshals and circuit personnel and things like that to inflate attendance numbers. But you also have a lot of circuits who are struggling to pay the bills. You look at what's going on at COTA, Austin, without government subsidy, they don't feel as though they can put on that race, and in all likelihood it's going to go away. It's tough times. Sponsors are hard to come by since the economic downturn. They're not lining up with open checkbooks to have their name emblazoned on the side of a Formula One car. So it's tough times, and we need stars We need drivers. We need representatives. We need stewards of the sport who are likable, who are accessible, who give us a window into their humanity. We don't need a Nico Rosberg who is an insufferable asshole. Sorry to be so blunt, but that's just the facts. And another point is that Nico is an average driver in a superior car. Now, bear with me for a minute. You take Fernando, you take Seb Vettel, you take Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Nico Hülkenberg, Kimi Räikkönen, arguably Jenson Button. These are all superior drivers to Nico. If you put those guys, same track, same car, same day, same conditions, ran them all around the track, where do you really think Nico Rosberg is going to fall? My money would be on dead last in that group. You put any of those guys in that Mercedes, who's leading the world championship? You take Lewis's mishaps, his coincidental bad luck, if in fact it is that, but I'll leave that to better conspiracy theorists than I, but it all just seems too coincidental that a reigning world champion would be on a side of the same garage and not able to put in a decent outing. It's just, I'm just saying it's a little strange. Anyway, I think I've made my point on Nico Rosberg. Please, please get him out of there. Just get him out of there. There are hundreds of guys not in Formula One who have the talent and the skills necessary to be there. It's not just pure skill and ability that puts a guy in a Formula One car. There has to be a lot of luck. There has to be a lot of money. All of them bring in a ton of money to their respective teams. There are a lot of factors that go into becoming a Formula One driver that have nothing to do with how fast you can turn a lap. That said, hats off to, first of all, Max Verstappen last week in Spain. Just an amazing, amazing performance for an 18-year-old kid to get in an completely unfamiliar car and run and manage, especially, to manage a flawless race like he did. He didn't make a single mistake. I mean, watch the replay of that race. He does not make a single mistake, either on the track or when it comes to managing the race, managing his tires. Every turn exit was perfect. He got the power on. He got the traction down. He got the job done. And, man, incredible. And this week, Daniel Ricciardo, having had the week that he's had, and then to have success that put him on pole, hats off to him. As he shouted into the radio, "It's my time. It's my time." Hopefully he's right. And not only do I hope he wins, but I hope something happens tomorrow that'll make it memorable for him. I hope it's a Monaco that we can all look back and say, "Oh, do you remember when Ricciardo took pole and then, and then won Monaco? Wasn't that great?" I hope that's that kind of race, because I don't want to say he deserves it. That sounds too Nico, but he has earned it. He's put in his time. He's put in the extra work. He's shown the commitment. And talk about committed. You look at that qualifying lap. Yeah, that was commitment. Every single turn. Every single apex. It was one of the most amazing laps. In fact, I thought about it, and I can't remember a more compelling Monaco lap than Senna's. That's what it reminded me of. That's what I immediately thought of as I was watching Danny Ricciardo turn that qualifying lap. It just immediately made me think of Ayrton Senna. I think it was 93 that he put in that, just what a lot of people still consider to be the greatest single lap in Formula One history. Just amazing. If you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend you go back and do so. And all the issues and problems in Formula One notwithstanding, we saw an incredible race on Sunday. You look at the overtakes. I think there were probably more overtakes in that race than many full seasons we've seen in recent years. I don't know the actual number of overtakes, but it was just constant battles everywhere in the field, and overtake after overtake. Even Ricciardo's ill-fated attempts on Vettel towards the end, like he said, at least he was trying. So again, hopefully we see a great race tomorrow. We don't just see the typical Monaco train, and I hope everybody has an enjoyable race. So with that, I'll say ciao and keep it between the white lines. Thanks for watching.